I feel like if I were a plant, maybe I'd be a marbled queen.
I
I don't know how to interpret that snicker.
That's shocking.
It is shocking. Hello everybody, today I'm going to be giving you a plant tour of my apartment. People have been asking for this for a while, so Arya will be my cameraman today, and he has absolutely no plant knowledge, so I'll try to
Teach me too along the way.
teach him too along the
Cool,
way.
it's a cactus.
Let's begin. So this is a type of, why are you staring at me like that? I'm very used to talking to my plants. I'm not used to talking about them.
What do you say to your
anyone else.
plants?
Oh, look, you're growing so nicely. Or I'll say, what happened
She
here?
does do this.
Some of these are a little dusty. I just dusted them. Well, quick plant tip, dust your plants, because the best way I like to explain it is like if your plant has dusty leaves, it's similar to like a solar panel if it were to have dust on it. It just doesn't photosynthesize the way it normally would.
Ah, I'm learning. You're cool as a cactus.
Stop showing them. I'm not wearing a bra. And this is a fan favorite. This is a pancake plant. The Latin word for them is Pilea peppermiotis. They create all these little pups, these cute little pups here, and they're everywhere.
I can't see the pup. I can't see the pup. Oh, these.
See the little pup? The reason they're called friendship plants is because you can snip those little pups and give them to a friend. I can't really nail down when I first started becoming obsessed with plants. I just know I used to collect cactuses or cacti when I was a kid. My mom used to let me get one every month. This
Wait,
one
hold
is
up before you
dusty.
move.
Yeah.
I want you to see how dirty your feet were.
No! This is a money plant, and this is dusty too. Jeez, I just dusted this, like seriously 2 weeks ago. These are super tolerant plants. They can go in like really bright light, or they can go in very low light. This mug is from my favorite karaoke place in New York.
Sing them a karaoke song.
No. My friend Vaughn gave me this to remember it by. This is an oxalis, and it is also called a love plant or a purple shamrock. This is one of my favorite plants because these are super cool. They don't have roots like most plants do. They grow out of bulbs. Basically, if they're mistreated and have no light or no water, they will retract back down into their bulbs. Oh, I just pulled one out by accident. They will wait until the conditions improve, and then they will grow back again. So like if they're starting to grow kind of wily, you can just take some like this and just cut them.
That's shocking.
It is shocking. It'll help them replenish. They'll kind of regrow from the bulbs that they came from in the first place. So this is an orchid. You probably are used to seeing them with a flower, but this one already flowered and the flower died. What most people do, which is a mistake, is they get rid of them after the flower dies. But really, if what you want to do is clip the stem. Arya gifted me this for one of our anniversaries. He gives me flowers every month for my anniversary. And
Our anniversary.
you can see the little leftover shoot where the flower came out of. And then just care for it like a normal plant. It'll come back. The flower, they will regrow.
What are these two over here by the window?
Those are just two little succulents that I have. They both made it from New York. I brought them over here. They made it in my car the whole 6 days. This is a Christmas cactus. It was gifted to me from a clipping from my mom. I noticed it was getting a little purple towards the ends here, which means it's not really happy with something. So I've been clipping it back a little bit. I'm gonna have to do a little medical diagnosis on this one to see what's going on. It's part of the fun of having plants. You have to play detective sometimes. So we've got a few more succulents here. These ones also made the journey across the country. But as you'll see, new little baby succulents are coming out from the wreckage. So, you know, like a phoenix from the ashes. Ooh, look at this. One of the great things about succulents is how easy they are to propagate. Like this succulent here dropped this leaf, and out of the leaf is some new growth and some little roots shooting off. So it'll just root itself right into the ground there and make another plant. Here we have an African mask plant. These are so cool. Look at the size of this leaf. It's the size of my head. It's not wild. I love these. They just seem like they're like paying attention, you know? They really jump out at you. I love them because they just seem very forceful. They like carry the conversation back. Here we have a little clipping from a begonia that I have in the other room. These plants can grow like, I swear, like weeds. Look at these roots. That is intense, huh? This is a fishbone cactus, also known as an orchid cactus because the vines or the stems sort of droop down, very similar to an orchid. The Latin name for it is Disocactus angulicus. This is a twisted lipstick plant. It is so dramatic and so fabulous. I love this one. It just feels like a whole mood. And yeah, Ari and I built these shelves for Genevieve and she never uses them. So now it works as a shelf for my plants. I got this pitcher plant in an attempt to cut back on the fungus gnat problem. And the thing about them that's so cool is they produce these little pitchers. You probably saw these plants in like magazines as a kid. Well, okay, those are the magazines I used to get as a kid. Ranger Rick magazines. Here's a beautiful picture. See that? And there's a liquid inside there that attracts flies. And this little lid will close on top of them. Like a little top hat. And then finally over here we have a zebra plant. This is probably the most high maintenance plant. This plant I've had for like 8 years. This is my first plant as an adult. This plant survived being in my basement room with no light in college. It's seen all the lovers. It's seen all the heartbreak.
All the drunken nights.
Here I have a sedum. It's a type of sedum. When I saw it, it was marketed as a miniature Joshua tree succulent. And that is what it looks like. I honestly just thought it was really cool. Okay, here's another one of my favorites. It's string of pearls. I just think they're so beautiful and graceful. These are actually a succulent, so they hold water in these little beads. And down here I have where I'm trying to propagate one. I can do a different video where I show you how to do that. They're just really beautiful and so graceful and make for a really nice hanging plant. Here we've got a couple more succulents that made it across the country with me as well. Succulents are pretty low maintenance as long as you've got a lot of light. This is a particularly special plant because I grew this one myself from a pit that I took out of one of my avocados. This one is about 6 to 7 months old. I'll do another video where I show how you can grow avocado plants from pits because that just feels like something people would want to do. Over here, you'll notice this trendy gal. This is a Monstera deliciosa or a Swiss cheese plant. I feel like these are all over like interior design magazines. They're just so beautiful, these big old leaves. And they're really, really, really easy to take care for the most part. They like bright indirect light. They're really easy to propagate. And they can also, if you propagate them, you can grow them in water or in soil, which is cool. But they just got a lot of attitude. I like them. Here's another Monstera. This is a Monstera Andonsani. I just love the leaves on it. This one will grow a little bit more. They're both vines, but this one will grow on a smaller vine capacity.
Why are there holes in the middle of it?
That's
part of its style.
That's just the style. It's a very fabulous plant. These are actually vines. These are vines too. They naturally grow up trees in rainforests. I brought this over from New York, okay? Listen, I thought that I had killed this plant because it grew up just like it's doing here, and it produced a little green offspring at the top here, and then everything below it died. So I gave that to my mom because I figured if anyone could fix it, she could, which of course now is thriving at her place. It's like turned into like 4 different cactuses. This is just a little clipping from my arrowhead plant, the first plant I ever had. It's just a little clipping from that. They can grow right out of water. This is a satin pothos. Some people say pothos, some people say pothos, tomato, pothos, pothos. These are beautiful. I just love the way it drapes down. Look at this vine. It's just gorgeous. I'm gonna probably train this up the wall at one point.
What's with you're a very religious person? I didn't know this.
What are you talking about?
These beautiful religious candles you have here.
This was gifted to me. This was gifted to me from a one Fernando Padron.
Virgin of Guadalupe, certainly not you.
Oh my God. This is a Pelea glauca, and it's also called silver sprinkles, which like, how adorable is that? Another very trendy interior design sort of plant. This one is I actually named this plant because I wanted one for so long. I named her Winona, but like, oh, look at the dust. I seriously just, look at that. Look at that. I dusted this 2 weeks ago. Now this is a nice time when you're wiping the leaves down to really do a nice check in with your plant. See how she's doing. You know, give her a little extra love, talk to her about her growth this quarter. Here's the thing with plants. There's so many rules and there's so many things you're supposed to do, but You just do your best. Down here, we have the gold speckled croton. I just think they're so gorgeous. They've got these special leaves. I just think they're a really nice addition to anyone's home. Don't let their extraness fool you. They're actually very down to earth and pretty easy to keep. This is probably very familiar to anyone out there, beginners, whoever, because it's a snake plant, and I feel like they're very popular for landscaping, for offices, because they are very, very low maintenance. But as someone once said to me, just because they're low maintenance doesn't mean they don't, need some sort of attention. Like, they just suffer really gracefully.
You bought me one of these for my place.
I did, and it's still alive.
It's still alive.
So that should be a testament.
Once a week.
That should be a testament. Here we have the Epiprenum aureum, also known as marbled queen, which I feel like if I were a plant, maybe I'd be a marbled queen. I don't know how to interpret that snicker. Also known as a devil's ivy. So like pretty different names, right? I feel like I fit into both categories. I love this plant. They come in the marble variety, but they also come in a solid green variety too. And they're really, really easy. This is like so far away from my window. It's in pretty low indirect light, but I'm training the vines around my wall as decor. I will also do another video on how to do that because I think it's a really cool way to kind of decorate your apartment in a natural way and make it feel more like nature. Here I've got this adorable chrysanthemum. It just dripped water all over me. This is a beautiful chrysanthemum that Arya gave me for another anniversary.
Our recent one.
Yes, our most recent one. He knows I love sunflowers. They're my favorite flower, and these chrysanthemums kind of look like them.
They were just sunflowers. Oops.
No, these are chrysanthemums.
Ah,
what did you think I meant when I said chrysanthemum?
I was going to bring it up then, too. So these aren't sunflowers at all?
No, these are chrysanthemums. How many times do I say? We've got a...
These are the oils I rub on her.
Oh, stop it. This is a Dracaena sunray. It's another type of dragon plant. They're fabulous.
Like you.
Yes, like me. The thing is that these are very toxic to pets. I keep it in here so I can keep an eye on it, and I keep it up out of her reach so she can't get to it. So if you do have pets, be very careful with these plants. I got this bird feeder at a suction cup to the outside of my apartment because I thought it'd be nice to wake up to birds. If you're home and you miss seeing wildlife, bird feeders are a really nice way. This is a spider plant, also has a lot of great attitude. My mom is the one who got me into spider plants. They're really cool because look at these. They throw out all these little pups and you can put them in water and they'll root and you can give them to friends. They're awesome and they're super easy. I also keep this one up high and out of reach because this is also not good for Genevieve and she loves to chew on this. Begonias come in all different variations. The wonderful people who allowed me to shoot in their home for my short film gifted me a clipping of their begonia and it turned into this beautiful plant.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? I love that. I love when that happens. I feel like some plants have been given to me from friends or family and it's a nice way to remember them.
That's very nice. That's a great way of sharing a memory, honestly.
Final stop of my plant tour. Here's my last little companion, Genevieve. Oh, she's a good girl. She's a good girl. Please subscribe and like this video. Feel free to sign up for the old notification bell so you can know anytime I'm gonna be yapping at you on this channel. If you want a plant and you're scared that you're gonna kill it, just buy one anyway. It's really not a big deal. They add a lot to your life. Thanks for watching.